Hello, viewers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Things are going, things are going swimmingly. Things are going real well. Look at all these crests and deeds and stuff. Let's go to the blacksmith and upgrade it a little bit with all of our crests and deeds and stuff.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
Tempered steel. Richbridge, what do you got? You got scurvy. You know what? My plan here was to take her into the cove. Maybe she's not coming with us. We have enough people that we can afford to be sort of picky. We're doing it though. This is it. This is it, fellas. We're yellow mission in the cove. So these people are all wildly inappropriate for that purpose. Looks like Dismas may be coming. Harriet has trinkets equipped, but +2 speed. You do have some nice traits. Well, you also have the speed thing and stress faster, which is that's a very nice thing to have. All right, you're coming. Harriet needs to cough up these trinkets. Because Dismas needs them. And I am just going to give him those same trinkets. That's fine. Alright, what's the rest of the party? We could bring... No, flashbang sadly is not usable from the front row. Who wants to be the person who stands in the front row most of the time? You were born for this. You got some vertigo, but you also got some real nice items. We could have Durandal be the front row person. The front rowsman. So let's see, how would we... We'll take this off and put on this. And then we'll bring... Actually, we'll bring Montel for this slot. So let me go ahead and put the marking skill back on the bar here. We'll take off Hound's Rush for Blackjack. Hound's Harry is not fantastic in the cove. The monsters in the cove have a bit of increased bleed resistance. Honestly, I think our guy here is going to be mostly a Blackjack bot. Which is fine. 144% base stun plus 40% stun skill chance means that Blackjack is almost always going to land as long as it hits. And it does have 105 accuracy, which means 105% base chance to hit. So even slightly dodgy monsters will be guaranteed to take it. So then the question is Parthenai or Bry for the back slot, because we don't really have a lot of back slot options. Yeah, Harriet's not really good in the back. So, Parthenai or Bry? I think we should take Parthenai, so that if we want to take Fitzalan out next time, Bry is available. Okay. This is it. This is the party. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous. The yellow missions really are quite a bit harder than the greens. It's going to be difficult. Actually, I think we're going to give our Vestal this new trinket that we just grabbed. Reduce her dodge to 0. Well, unfortunate, but there's no chance we're not giving you at least that. 4 dodge and 1 speed. Would I rather have this? He's not going to... the minus 10% damage thing isn't going to be a big deal. He is going to be either blackjacking or doing the AoE bleed skill. Neither of which are particularly damage dependent. And then, of course, we've got our gunpowder set up on Dismas. All right, let's do it. Yellow missions in the cove. Alright. So we will be taking these 3 items into the dungeon. We haven't seen one of these before, I don't think, on this Let's Play. We're taking these 3 items into the dungeon and using them on special curios. So we're going to start with a little bit of a cramped inventory. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to bring several bandages because I know a thing. I know a thing that you guys are about to find out. I'm trying to remember what else do we like in the Blight. Medicinal herbs can be used on coral and on brackish water. What the hell, we'll throw a key in there too. We might find some luggage or something. Do you want to bring holy water for the idols? Nah. Alright, here we go. First yellow mission. Nervous but excited. The whole game has kind of been training wheels up to this point. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to equip somebody with the scouting map. Well, let's hope we don't suffer inordinately for that. This is a great thing to use our herbs on. Delicious fish carcass. Wow, that worked out. That's actually not that much money worth of treasure items, though. Alright, so you can see plated maggot, energized stinger. You just fight scarier, upgraded versions of the same monsters for the most part. But there are some things that only appear in yellow or higher missions. And I'm sure we'll get to see some of that horrible, horrible stuff. Alright.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Well, that was good luck. He has 70% stun resist. She doesn't have enough stun chance for me to feel comfortable. That's a little bit less than half. I think we're just going to do damage. Damage works. Damage is effective. How much? What's the bleed chance on this? 119%. So, yeah, not great. We're just going to give this guy the kabong. You know, I did that with the idea that it would be better to focus our attacks on the low health guy so to make the high health guy not attack. But really, since I knew for a fact...
To a killing blow.
Black Plague. He didn't even resist the stun after all that. -5 speed, that's a bummer. I wish we had a Plague Doctor here. We could cure that during camping time. Alright, let's try to bring this down.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
But this is what I was talking about, this situation that we found ourselves in now. Where the plated maggot that's still alive has the stress resist buff. That's poor planning on my part. And sadly, Dismas does not get to play. That Black Plague was really unfortunate. I'm not happy about that. Since this guy doesn't get to act this turn, I think we're going to start in on the maggot now. We'll devote an attack to finishing him off.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
The blade's not terribly likely to land, but it would be cool if it did. Hey, it did.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Alright. Sigh. Yeah. We'll toss a medicinal herb for some deeds. Never have enough deeds. Lots of torches already. Unfortunately, we can't leave any hallways unscouted. We're going to have to look at everything. Hey, look, another torch. Sure. Alright, and a dodge. Good stuff. Look, I'm remembering the torch hotkey. Aren't you all proud of me? So, this is not a protective ward. This is kind of a dead end for us. Let's try to limit the stress damage we take in this encounter. You're going to see some serious damage output from some of these enemies. It doesn't actually matter where he's standing for anyone except the bounty hunter. This guy dies first. He's far more dangerous. So 7 to 13, or 6 to 12, but with a significantly higher crit chance. We're going to do this one because it has the chance to instill a meaningful bleed. And in fact, it worked. Okay, so this guy is actually only at 2 health. And a grape shot blast or something will be sufficient to finish bringing him down. Oh, I didn't realize spearfishing has a pull. That's interesting. I don't think it matters a terrible amount. Oh, you can't apply the hook and slice. Alright, well, we'll start getting some damage onto her. Alright, well, this guy's dead now. Call of the Deep is the damage and crit buff. It's really not the end of the world for her to have that. Let's start putting the damage on her. It really is ideal when people hit the Vestal. That's the best thing that could possibly happen, because we'll heal it incidentally. 4 damage per round for 5 rounds, you say? That's pretty real. Totally worth using a bandage. Absolutely. Alright. We don't have to... Sorry, we don't have to Grape Shot Blast. I'm not going to bother. Oh, I don't know why I didn't shoot her.
Gently. This is how a life is.
Well, she's dead now, but I let her get off an extra attack for no reason, basically. Honestly, this party is pretty resistant to movement-based shenanigans. Come on, big lucky crit.
Continue the onslaught.
Look at that, it's beautiful.
Destroy them all.
She's dead already. I don't know. Just hit him again, I guess.
Their formation is broken.
Alright.
Maintain the offensive.
Probably is a good idea to get a little bit of a heal off here.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
12 dodge. That's interesting. Okay, so the reason that this exists... and then we'll put you in front. There we go. Okay. The reason that this exists, the reason that this is super interesting, is that the Houndmaster has a guard skill that already increases his dodge by a ton. I haven't used it yet. I haven't done any guarding at all in the Let's Play. So the way guarding works, in case you haven't seen an episode with the enemy that guards, is when you place a guard effect onto one of your party members, when the Houndmaster places a guard effect onto, say, the Vestal, an attack aimed at the Vestal will hit the Houndmaster instead. I should say, will target the Houndmaster instead. And then if the Houndmaster has a ton of dodge, he has a pretty good chance of evading the attack entirely. So what you end up with is essentially 2 party members with a tremendous amount of dodge, because attacks hitting the Houndmaster and attacks hitting the Vestal are both very likely to be dodged. We really need to find one of these damn things so that we can get these pineal glands out of our inventory. Alright, I am going to drop the citrine for the protective collar. I'm not going to equip the protective collar over the stuff that we have on right now. use one of these torches and toss the other one.
A blazing star is born.
This is like 15 or 1700 gold. So I'm gonna drop the emeralds are not worth as much as this trinket is. Alright, let's use a key here. We will drop our other key. It's not that important. I think portraits are more valuable to us. Do I want to do something to take this bust with us? Do I maybe want to toss the dog treat? The dog treat's very powerful. You know what? We're going to leave the bust behind. The bust is the least important of the heirlooms to us at this point. It's really only used for upgrading the Abbey, and I believe the Sanitarium, I think, runs on busts. And neither one of those things are a huge priority for us right now. We're actually doing a really good job of managing our stress. And removing things in the Sanitarium isn't that expensive. Alright, pro tip, you can use torches. You can use stuff right from that little window. I'm sure you've seen me do it a bunch of times. He resisted the move, that's nice. And we really would prefer that she try to do stuff like that over, you know, increasing our stress by a ton. Alright. Let's lay into these stress casters. I'm really happy that that happened, actually. I want the point-blank shot to hit this guy. Who do I want to stun, actually? She might be dead before she gets another turn, depending on... No. Dismas is going to hit this guy, and she's going to get Vestaled. Yeah, most likely non-lethally. That's annoying. Not insurmountable. Come on, Dismas. Okay. Not quite what we were looking for, but fine. Okay. Now I'm annoyed. Fortunately, if you stun the bulwark guy, the effect ends. So let's see if we can do that. Yes, okay. Guard buff is gone. Let's finish her off. Weak. Wow, all of the bleeds landed. These guys are pretty bleed resistant. I'm surprised how well we're doing with our bleeds so far. It's possible that I should have just ended this guy. In fact, it's likely that I should have just ended this guy to prevent us from getting critted. Let's do that now. Actually, we can't even just... well, he only has 3 HP. That's right. Because he's going to bleed. So we totally have the ability to finish him off. Octocestus Inc. Our Houndmaster is on 20% dodge already. I feel I should make a point of bringing that out.
A decisive pummeling.
Sort of. I mean, it was a crit. It wasn't a very good crit. I think that was a minimum damage crit. 50% prot base on these guys now. So it would be really cool if you didn't attack us. I wasn't really thinking about what the Houndmaster was going to do. I was just trying to get this thing blocked up before its turn. Since our Houndmaster has no strong offensive options, I think this is a reasonable thing to do. Let's see here. He's going to take 2 more damage. He's got 19 health left. 50% prot means only 2 to 4 damage from Judgment. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal instead. That's not too bad. 9 points of healing spread out over the party. Alright, give it to him with those big crits. No, no big crits. Just a lot of health. Right. Fortunately, the Houndmaster's... This thing has a 85% stun resist. The Houndmaster is guaranteed to land that stun. Okay, now we'll, yeah, let's keep healing. We have some time here. Excellent work, Dismas.
This expedition at least promises success.
It is a real shame that these things only stack to 3. I think we're going to go ahead and toss the one portrait. Oh no! They tried to cut him. Okay, that's nice. And if we're lucky, the curio in this hallway will be one of the things we need to interact with. We are not that lucky. It's some coral. Without the, let's see, who has an annoying trait? The coral can remove negative traits. These aren't that bad. Clumsy is a bummer. Clumsy could go away. That would be okay. Alright, it's you. Until you have the worst traits, you get to touch the coral. Okay, it just de-stressed him a little. That's also fine. Man, where are all these protective wards? Oh wait, we should definitely swap Dismas back to the front, because point blank shot is bananas. And super relevant to this battle. I know these things have bleed resist, but landing the bleed would be so powerful, given their like huge health pools and everything. Alright, Dismas. Come on, buddy. Oh, wow. Totally under control. Never mind. Not even a big deal. That does do quite a lot of damage, though. Maybe I'm underestimating the danger of letting these guys have a turn. Oh no, he's been sprayed with the brine. That's a lot more concerning when there are other things besides the sea maggots left in the fight. How much bleed does he have on? 2? Yeah, let's just do that as well. Maybe we'll get lucky. We did get lucky, really lucky. These things are so not dangerous that I'm gonna party heal. Just fishing for crits.
A death by inches.
Yeah, I don't actually care if this thing gets one more turn. And now it's lethal bleed. But also we get the kill.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Jeez. This is tough. I don't want to leave all this behind. These are pretty good. Alright, I'm a little reticent to drop my bandage stack. You guys haven't seen, there's an enemy in the cove that does not appear in the green versions of cove missions, only appears in the yellows and reds, who can inflict a bleed such that it would be very wise for us to hold on to these bandages. Like, really dangerous stuff. If we had a plague doctor, I'd go ahead and drop the bandages. But without that, I'm nervous about losing a party member. And losing a party member at this point, with this much XP, would be really, really detrimental. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of human lifetime. I'm going to drop the dog treats. You know, we don't have Hound's Rush. The dog treats do add a lot of damage to Hound's Harry. You know what? I would rather have more portraits than more crests. Crests are incredibly common, and they're not really that important. We're gonna... Yeah. How much? That's fine. She can take 6 damage. That won't even register, given the amount of healing she gets from using Judgment in combat. Alright, come on, Protective Ward. We gotta find these things. Alright, we'll take a torch. That's fine. Should we just dunk our head into a pool of brackish water that has a skeleton in it? No. That's like some cartoon danger symbolism right there. Symbology, not symbolism. Really? Still none? Ah. That's what I thought. How are you going to cleanse yourself with water that's clearly filthy? Oh, that sucks. Again, I wish I had a plague doctor. We could cure that shit at the camp. Guys, plague doctors are really great. What a powerful class. Oh well. You know, we have the party we have. No sense getting upset about it. Do not know. Did you learn nothing? Lethargy. -4 speed. Wait a second. His speed is still 6. Incredible. Obviously, he's gonna be going to the sanitarium between missions to get all his horrible diseases cured. We found a lot of extra torches. At this point, I would be talking about using camp to conserve torchlight, but we don't need to. We can go into camp with a full torch and not really lose anything. Sure, let's eat. Yeah, also some pretty good luck on the hunger events so far. Hey look, it's one of the things, finally. A stanchion against spreading corruption. So wait, we just jammed a pineal gland into there? And now it's... weird. I find that disconcerting, personally. Oh, here's the second one. And here's a trap that our bounty hunter will ably disarm. More deeds. Happy to see that. Okay. So all we have to do is not lose this battle, and then we are free to go whenever we would like. The force of devilry. Actually, it was the force of a big spear. Let's just... we don't need to hear from her. Let's set her bleeding. That's a 4-point bleed, I believe? Yeah. How much health does she have? Only 17. We actually don't have to hit her very hard for her to be... okay. Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have to hit her very hard for her to be in, like, real danger. Alright, here we go. Pretty good. Pretty good, not quite the one-shot mind blower that I was hoping for. So here's a question. Do I want to let her live for a turn, potentially? Just to save on the actions that I would use to be killing her? Yeah, let's do that. Let's let her go. If she gets a single action and she stresses somebody, it's not that big of a deal given how low everybody's stress is. I really might have made that decision differently if there was somebody at like 60 stress already. Oh, that marks now. That's a change. It has not always done that. Do I want... no. I'm going to go ahead and do the heal instead of moving her into a more combat-ready position. Alright, let's get some bleeds going. Sadly, the bleed did not land here, but this guy will take a bit of damage from it. Oh, please get that pull. Move, resist. Must you? We can keep this guy locked up for a while. Ah, darn. Things are going smoothly enough. Alright, so now we'll try to get some additional bleed onto him. Did not get there. If that had landed, it would have been a kill.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
That was a terrible assault. What a jerk that guy is. Okay, so he's dead. Now we just have the one foe left to focus on. At this juncture, she's going to move back. The party heal is... Oof. I was going to say the party heal is starting to lose its luster now that everybody's at such high health. But 2 crits in a row, they change your opinion about a thing like that. So this is very likely to work. And will prevent... A single one of this guy's actions does more damage than her heals for. So... Prot dropping mark is a pretty great skill. The bounty hunter is now in position to do a lot of damage to this guy.
Devastating blow.
Yeah, like that much damage. Oh, how I wish I could interact with this thing and then come back to this prompt.
The light, the promise of safety.
Okay, so we can leave. But we're in such good shape, resource-wise, that I don't see that we need to. Yeah, let's just keep moving. You can go here. How much bleed do you have left? 8 points. Yeah, that's worth a bandage. Alright, great. Surprise is great. Let's start work on these guys. Yeah, like that. I hesitated there because I was considering using the stun instead. That might have been right. See if we can get some bleeds going on these high prop monsters. Honestly, I think that was better to do than the point-blank shot. What a salty gouge. This guy is just mad as hell. Alright, so it's possible, you guys, that I slightly oversold the damage increase. You really can get into some rough situations. Leaving him at 1. Alright, well, we're going to do a Hound's Harry to finish him off.
Masterfully executed.
Thank you, I thought so as well. You're dead already. Let's try to get some bleeding on you. Alright. So he only gets 1 more action. And it's gross. Why is everybody's action so gross? You can attack a corpse. You can, I don't know, guard him. Come on, heals. Alright. Looking for crit heals. No crit heals. Fishing for crits in the most efficient way we know how. Okay. That's some stress relief.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
You know what? I will. You guys know how I feel about spending shovels on things that aren't barricades, but the fact is that at this point, if we ran into a situation where it looked like we would have to break a barricade by hand, we would just leave the dungeon. So, I don't particularly want to fight 2 more fights for single curio here. So we're going to walk back to this room and then head in this direction. We'll see what this hallway's like. You know what? No, we're going to continue. Oh. Well. Only 70% stun resist. But also he's human. And Collect Bounty has bonus damage versus humans. He's going to get marked. Ah. He really doesn't have that much dodge. That's unfortunate. Right, you are going to try for a stun. You did not get it. Okay, what do we got? 3 Vestal heads. Okay. These things do have significant bleed resist. Yeah, we're just going to mark this guy for now. Okay. Negative prot is not a thing, so 1 question answered. It dodged us. We're having a bit of a rough time with the, you know, actually hitting enemies with our weapons thing here. Fortunately, their headache buff is not actually that scary with none of the damage dealers around. He has remarkably little bleed, considering that it really looks like he is undead. So the question is, do I want to start hacking through these things, or do I just kind of want to let them... They have a lot of healing ability. We should kill them. We should get through them as quickly as possible. We should lower the number at least. Headstrong. Oh, okay, that's just the name of their heal. No big deal. This would be a really great time to use the dog treat, if we still had one. I was not anticipating this battle. I suppose I should be aware that this is always a possibility. Yeah, let's just stun one of them. Alright. Also, they don't leave corpses, so killing them gets us closer to being able to lay it on that guy. Remember, finish him does bonus damage against stunned enemies. Headache was totally ideal for us there. Really, replacing the dead one immediately with a man-at-arms. I was hoping to get lethal damage onto this thing. That was a little optimistic, apparently. Our damage output is a little bit low. Honestly, we've been getting through a lot of these battles mostly through controlling the battle. Our party really does not have enough damage to do the thing I'm trying to get accomplished here. Head games. Okay, sure. How much extra prot? 25%. Ah, joke's on you. He's only down 2 health. Okay, so now we must consider. Is it worth continuing to hack away at these Vestals? Or should I just go for this guy and try to get damage done through the Vestal heals? Considering how quickly he's summoning them, I think that that's the new plan. The Houndmaster can keep laying stuns on people.
Well struck.
And everybody else just needs to go super hard on the Collector. He doesn't have any prot. We'll just have to burn through the healing. Let's... Uh-oh. Lifesteal. That sounds like an attack that probably heals him. Okay, so no burning through the healing. But if he's going to... But if he's going to summon a new head every time we kill one... Yeah, I guess let's just, He still has buff rock, so we'll, Maybe we can get that not to happen somehow. Maybe we've just been unlucky and he doesn't always summon new heads every time. Alright, well, we do have an actual attack opportunity on him here. I do really wish that he was either marked or stunned at this moment. Head games. Right. Come on, stun. Alright. Yep. Here come more heads. Okay. Let's prevent the healing. Fishing for crits, really. Which he has 25% prot. Honestly, we're probably better off just trying to keep the heads under control. We do have a lot of stuns, that's for sure. 144% versus 70% resist. I'm confident with that. Okay, it would be really great if the bounty hunter could get an attack off on this thing while it was stunned. That would be ideal. Oh no, his trainer case is terrifying. Okay. Come on, guys. We need some crits. Like, for real, we need some crits. Just keep rotating the stuns. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. Her stun is much lower chance. And unfortunately can't hit the back rank, which is where I really need it to hit right now. Maybe I should just take this opportunity to heal somebody. Presumably this guy has the ability to output some serious damage. And I'd hate for one of our people to get dead. We'll heal him since he doesn't have the 20% dodge. He does still have 15% dodge. It's not like inconsiderable. Oh, minimum damage, no crit. Alright, come on, stick. Yes, bounty hunter. This would be a great time for finish him. Unfortunately, the bounty hunter's crit is all fucked up because of the disease. Alright, got it down to 30%. That's unfortunate. We're going to have to stun him to get through that. Just going to have her lay a stun on somebody else. The bounty hunter is the only one whose stun reaches the back row. Alright, we're just going to lay a big attack out on One of these two. He's closer to death. Yeah, he'll get very close. Okay. Headache's not that bad. Come on. Alright, stun lands. The collector is no longer guarded. This is turning into a bit of a slog. Okay, so that bleed on him is now lethal. That's good. And we're getting there on the collector. He's like a lucky crit or two away. Unless he hits with a lifesteal and gains 14 health. Oh well. At least he did it to the Vestal, who will regain her health naturally just through fighting. Alright. You know, Dismas, buddy, you got a lot of crit chance. Maybe you could actually land some of that. Oh, how unfortunate. Yeah, and that him not being stunned means he can just lifesteal like crazy. Okay, this guy's planning one big blowout before he dies. Alright, let's disable her healing ability for a turn. Come on, crits, something. We gotta do real damage here. Alright. Please get dodged. No dodge. How much is that? That's a lot of bleed. We have a bandage left? We do have a bandage left. Huzzah! Alright, guy. 19.5%. Do it. Minimum damage. Party is not playing along here. Do I need to guard somebody? No. I think we're best off just getting the guard off of him. Alright, we're not going to take a lot of damage this turn. Things are under control. Okay, yes. Parthenia is at death's door. She gets the last bandage, and then she gets a judgment, which will heal her for 6. Okay. Come on, Dismas. Big crits. Nothing. He has a 3-point bleed on him. We can do this. We can get this. That's very annoying. And then he's going to do lifesteal. No, okay, show collection. Show collection is totally ideal. That is the best thing that could have happened. We are really low on health. Okay, that's almost good enough. Yes. Alright. Now all we have to do is prevent her from healing him in time. We can't kill her with a hit, so we'll kill her with a hit instead. Their champion falls. Yeah, screw you.
The ground quakes.
Mercy is for them. Alright. Okay. That's fine. That's what it looks like when nobody attacks us. Alright. He needs health desperately. Alright, let's just start murdering people. Wow, that's not a great example of what I was talking about. Alright, so she has a 3-point bleed. We need to get 7 more points of damage onto her. Okay, I'm not concerned about that at all. That's fine. Mantel, you have contributed like nothing, like actual nothing to this battle. Alright, is she dead? Yes, she's dead. We can start it on this asshole who unfortunately has a bunch of extra stats. Whew. That was tough. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried there that we might have to retreat when we were not getting any meaningful damage on him. Yeah, round 16. That's incredible. I don't think I've ever seen it go that late before. Let's just get it over with. Ooh,
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Indeed. Alright, let's get into this room and camp. Just to take the stress. We'll camp to reduce our stress, and then we can... Alright. Bad guys.
A hand's breadth from becoming
So here's a question. Do I even want to bother fighting these guys? Or do I just want to run? If I ran and then left the quest, I would probably have to stress heal everybody. Because running away from combat... Well, I can walk back to that room, though. Yeah, alright. We're not going to take the chance. We're going to retreat.
Not in being outmatched,
Yeah.
but in failing to recognize it.
We're going to retreat. We're going to eat the stress penalty. We're going to go back to that last safe room. We're going to camp and try to
Injury
heal
and
off as much of the stress penalty as
set
we
the
can.
stage for heroism.
Sure.
Or
Everybody
cowardice.
have a little food. We can probably get everybody but the Houndmaster back into some kind of okay shape with
A
this
moment
camp.
of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
No, everybody's still very high. And we have very few stress-relieving skills, it looks like. Okay, we have no... What do we have? 46, 43, 40. Now, if this were a party of low-level adventurers, I might well have stuck that battle out. We probably could have won that battle without losing anybody. But there's a chance that the one heal we would have been able to lay on our Houndmaster, which would have gotten him off Death's Door, would not have gotten him above the one attack back to Death's Door threshold, and he would have gotten double attacked at the beginning of the next turn and killed. Totally could happen. We would try to kill one of the frontline monsters to prevent that from happening, but, you know, dodges and damage variance totally could happen. And I'm going to be playing more conservatively with the lives of our high-level heroes. So, 43, 46, 40. Honestly, what I could end up doing here is just leaving these guys in town for a couple of missions and not paying for their stress heals. Yeah, we're going to do this. This will reduce his stress by a little bit. Then we're going to do this to reduce his stress by a little bit. Then we're going to do this to reduce his stress. And now everybody's in the low 40s. Can we... No, we do have to rest. Sadly. Alright, well. Sanctuary. Reduced chance of nighttime ambush. Nobody has a skill that costs 1. Alright. For today, at least. Okay,
As the
no
light
ambush.
gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Alright, we're probably going to do a bunch more green missions. We still have a lot of stuff that has to be done in the green missions. There's still 3 or 4 bosses, I believe. So we're going to let these guys de-stress in town the slow way. Just to save gold, because there's no particular reason to... There's no particular reason to spend gold de-stressing them while we're still working on green stuff so much. So, victory. Ward of the Eldritch Tide. Look at all this stuff. We ended up with 12 deeds. That's a brilliant stroke of luck. 30 crests. I think we're super set on crests for the foreseeable future, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's annoying, but not terrible. The Yips has to go. I do not like minus accuracy. Wow. Yeah, hysterical blindness also definitely has to go. So, we're actually going to be spending a lot of money on de-diseasing our heroes, I believe. Yeah,
Can you feel it? The walls between the sane world and that unplumbed dimension of delirium are tenuously thin here.
Okay, yeah, hysterical blindness, that has to go. Do we want to upgrade our sanitarium? We got some busts. We may as well. busts are of dubious value. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't like -5 speed on our highwaymen. Mantel also needs to get undiseased. He didn't get anything that's worth putting him in the quirk removal area, though. Parthenai, no, you're fine. This is all fine but annoying. Yeah, so not too bad on the whole. The yellow version of the Collector is definitely a control type fight, sort of like the what do you call it? Sort of like the Brigand 8 Pounder, I would say. Okay, look at this. Huguenin, Brix, Romay, and Malvalet. Malvalet is definitely the one who's getting recruited. I really like Houndmasters. I really think we ought to have at least 2. So who is getting fired for the Houndmaster? Actually, let's resort them by level. It's some level 0, right? We're not gonna... Honestly, do I want to train up a second leper? I don't think I do. I know that we're on...
It is done. Turn yourself now to the condition of those poor devils who remain.
I know that we're on, I think, 3 occultists, and I'm fine with that. Occultists are great. Okay, well. This episode ran a little long due to what I'm sure will turn out to be a half-hour fight against the Collector. But our first orange mission successful. Some pretty good loot. Yeah, this is good too. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that went in the end. 1,500, yeah. Alright. So that's going to be it for this episode of Darkest Dungeon. Come back next time when, yep, that's what I thought. The other green level boss has been unlocked. The Sodden Crew. We might actually do that for a tough ring. That might be a thing that happens. So come back next time when we maybe fight this boss.